Hello and welcome to the GCSE history presentation. In the next few minutes, I'd like to give you an overview of what your son or daughter will learn from this course. So we follow the AQA course of study, and this comprises of 2 exams at the end of year 11, both worth 50%, and they are two 2-hour exams. This is paper 1 then. It comprises of 2 topics. Conflict and tension between East and West, 1945 to 1972, and a study of Germany. So the conflict and tension topic is basically a study of the Cold War in Europe. And whilst we mostly focus on Europe and Berlin, for example, we do look at the Cuban Missile Crisis and have a brief look at China and the Korean and Vietnam Wars. The study of Germany starts with Kaiser Wilhelm in 1890. He's down there on the bottom left. And we look at his reign and the problems he faces in the run-up to the First World War. And then our story carries on looking at Weimar Germany, the Democratic Republic, before the Nazis come along. And then, of course, this ends in 1945, the end of the Second World War. Paper 2, like paper 1, has 2 parts to it. A thematic study, which is migration, empires and the people, and a depth study of Elizabethan England. A little bit more information then on the migration paper. As you can see, our topic starts with the Viking invasion of Anglo-Saxon England, and then we continue to look at the impact of various groups of people who've settled in Britain and the impact they had, for example, on our culture. We also look at the positives and negatives of Britain's empire before we finish this paper with the Windrush generation and the Falklands War. This is the second half of the Britain paper. This is Elizabethan England from 1568 to 1603. This is essentially a study of the problems of Elizabeth's reign. She's very much a woman in a man's world. And among the problems we look at are, for example, her advisors keep pressuring her to get married. And she's a Protestant, so we study the Catholic rebellions to get rid of her and replace her with Mary, Queen of Scots, her cousin. And we also look at some of the cultural changes in this period. Lastly, I'm very pleased to say that history is a very popular option subject. Be aware there is a lot of reading and writing, but please choose this subject if you are going to enjoy it. You get out of this course what you put in. Thank you for listening.